What's up, everybody? This your boy from Trent Soul Media, man, and I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year soon to come. Um, every year towards the end of the year, I always like to come on and just drop a few lines in on what's going on in the world and talk to everybody about just different type of subjects and stuff like that. So we ain't always got to work on something and Tim can fix it. So, but I want to work on some mental things related to some talks about I've been hearing about some veterans and how the VA is making determinations on people and kind of good for you but not good for the other. And veteran lives matter too. You know, black lives matter, white lives matter, everybody lives matter. And when I see there's some type of indifference based on how people play with people's lives and trying to help them, especially when they serve the country, I think that we need to kind of put that out there and talk a little bit about it, because I think that everybody deserves a second chance, third chance, to a certain extent. But people that defend your country, and then when you feel like you done with them, you throw them out on their face, and you don't want to help them. What kind of world do we live in, people? So I have somebody, Mr. Perkins, who I have with me today, and we're gonna talk a little bit about some things that could possibly help you, or in helping you to get your VA to look at your determination, or ways that we can, or things we can talk about that might be possible to help you. So let me introduce my counterpart, Mr. Roland Perkins.
Hello. First, I'd like to say, man, uh, pray for the families that lost veterans through COVID or whatever mishap. Because I've met a lot of veterans that are homeless, and I read all the time about veterans committing suicide. Being involved in this deal that we call veteran benefits. I've seen some videos, I've studied, I've seen a lot of things that really don't make sense. And you're right, Tim's right. They say Black Lives Matter, Veteran Lives Matter, white, black, or whatever. It shouldn't still be an issue or determination on the color of skin.
So that's a good point, Mr. Perkins. So I'd like to kind of, I know we're not lawyers, but we do have our opinions, and we just want to kind of talk a little bit about some of the things that you've seen, or some of the things that you have learned in your research in dealing with the Veteran Board of Appeals, or the Veteran Affairs in general. So there's an issue. I think the SOARS Applies has a lawsuit out, and they're kind of fighting for veterans with other than honorable discharges, stating that they should have the same rights, and they should be obligated to receive veteran benefits and compensation. And that depends on a lot of different things. So what is the VA actually doing, Mr. Perkins, when it comes to people with other than honorable?
Okay, well let's talk about the situation as other than honorable. You have three categories of discharges that are honorable under honorable conditions, which is honorable, general, and non-characterized. Okay, these are the top three that are eligible for benefits. And then of course you got the dishonorable, and you got the three more at the bottom, which are bad. Okay, so the first three categorized means that you are eligible for VA benefits. Now, in my military service, I wasn't no officer or nothing, but I fulfilled my duties as ordered. You know, sometimes I had to shovel 8 feet of snow, which was a job nobody liked. But that meant that you were a honorable soldier. You did what you was told to do. Okay. Now, the situation at hand, you go off duty, you do a little drinking, have a little fun, because you've been cooped up on the ship or cooped up in the barracks, can't leave the base. Okay. You go back and something they call a urinalysis test, just out the blue. Okay, a lot of us got caught up like that. Oh, but that's not a dishonorable discharge.
Right. So you're telling me that people that get other than honorable discharges should still have the opportunity to receive VA health care and compensation based on an isolated incident. So are there laws out there, or are there people that are petitioning the fact that they believe that people with other than honorable discharges should receive veteran benefits?
Yes, and in light of that, they just made a proposal for the LGBT community as far as don't ask, don't tell. Okay. You know, a lot of those people were put out for, like I said, minor infractions, which the Code of Federal Regulation, I believe, 3.1.2 says, you know, if you had insanity, or it was insanity driven, determined that you made one isolated mistake, which they do have that in the Code of Federal Regulations also, that isolated incident means one.
Okay, so a lot of people that got other than honorable discharges at that point didn't know that they were insane at the time of doing whatever activity they were engaged in. So how does the VA liably make a determination to say if you was insane then versus you being insane now? So from my understanding, if you get PTSD, they consider it's a mental disorder, right? It's something that you got in service connection with. Nobody knew you was insane when you committed an infraction 10 or 20 years ago. So if you fall under that criteria, the VA is still saying, if you got an other than honorable discharge, that you don't rate any benefits. They want you to prove you was insane. So basically, what can you do about that?
Well, Tim, it's kind of a difficult situation, because once this gets into the, say you on an appeal or remand, and you've been at this since 1999, you know, 20 years later, they have fabricated the word willful and persistent misconduct. They changed the words, okay, to make it seem, again, the bottom three discharges, dishonorable, court-martial, and all that, chapter 15, well, however you want to call it.
So you mean to tell me if I get a other than honorable discharge, it's not dishonorable?
No.
So the VA is making their own personal judgment and saying you dishonorable, even though the Department of Defense said it was other than honorable. Right. Is that what you're saying the VA is doing? So you mean to tell me that the VA is playing law? They lawyers now. So adjudicators are basically taking what they think they should be doing and changing some people's, now I wouldn't say changing, they're making their own personal judgment of individuals themselves, because some people with other than honorables get compensation in health care. And then you got some other veterans with other than honorables, same situations that they don't give it to. So are you saying that adjudicators are straddling the fence and giving it to who they basically feel? You think it's really related to blacks, whites, Hispanics? Do you think that play a factor in it?
Well, by me being a veteran that's
Of color?
by me being a veteran that's trying to get myself the entitlement that I deserve as being a veteran and sacrificing for this country, yes, of course they're twisting up the words to make it what we call in criminal law, they add stuff in to make it look derogatory. Okay?
Right.
When the records, the proof is in the records, there was one isolated incident. And you know what, Tim? They don't even acknowledge one isolated incident no more. Everybody that have filed and tried to get this get your veteran benefits will look at that code of federal regulation, and it said one isolated incident is a minor incident, which still should qualify you for your benefits.
So what if you have 10 years of service and you've had 3 incidents, but they were spread apart over the 10 years? Is that still considered to, and you have an honorable period and another honorable period, is the VA kind of straddling the fence without giving you your benefits? Should, based on what you've researched, should you still be allowed to get benefits with an honorable period and another honorable period, even though you had incidents within those 10 years of service?
Okay, so when we call a veteran advocate, you know, they the one that look over the VA and make sure, you know, they're doing the job right or whatever. The advocate has stated that even if you had 1 year, one service that was honorable, the other than honorable, it overrides the other than honorable.
Oh, okay.
You're eligible for benefits.
You should be eligible.
You know, you can't give me a little bit or give me 2 and then don't give me 1. You're supposed to get compensation and everything like everybody else. So what's going on here? Are we being racially discriminated, or is it the city or the state that we're in? Okay, look at the records. The proof is in the records. Okay, the proof is in the records.
Now that's a good point. Have you ever known veterans in Texas with honorables and then other than honorables to get denied benefits? And in case law, have you read people in maybe Wisconsin or Missouri that have the same type of discharge characteristics, one honorable and one other, get their benefits? And if you've heard of that, do you think that's being discriminatory?
Yeah, like they say, they got over like 42 regional offices in the world. There's a VA everywhere. Okay. Now, the point is that when they apply, there is a regulatory code of federal regulations that institutes in their records and the discharge that they are entitled to veteran benefits. Bottom line. Okay? Don't come. Well, I've read a Supreme Court where the Supreme Court ruled on a case where they said you can't do that. You can't go writing derogatory statements to make it multiple willful misconduct. Okay? Okay, you can't judge what somebody done, man. You know, it's a lot of cases in there that are very, very, very worse than, you know, a hot urinalysis. Okay, we know sodomy. I can go on, rape and all that. Okay,
And those people are receiving benefits?
those people, some have and some haven't. But that's what they're trying to, you know, change the law with the LGBT. You know, they say don't ask, don't tell. Okay, and they put you out for that. That's a minor infraction. That's a minor infraction. You done took all these people, and you know, I have nothing against gays. I mean, you know, I have some family members that are like that. But
that's the
you can't just take their stuff by you rewording the code of federal regulations. Okay? Just because that guy was gay and he you know, he was going around, there was gay people on my ship. But I didn't indulge, I didn't get down, or whatever they call it. But you can't take their livelihood of what they sacrificed their life for the entitlement or deserved veteran benefits, period.
So you are saying, to go back to my initial question, so you're saying that some state adjudicators look at the law and the federal regulatories, and they, if you have an honorable and an other than honorable, and the people that are actually doing their jobs and following those rules, those people are getting their benefits.
Of course.
And then you have other states that people want to define who can get what based on their own personal opinions, or they don't want to give these veterans their benefits, because a lot of these states deal with the VA, so for funds and things of that nature. But so you are saying that they're not doing it the same in every state, because some get it with the same type of discharges, and then in some regional office they don't give it to you with those same discharges. So do you think that all veteran locations around the world are following the same regulatory laws when it comes to giving veterans across the board their benefits? Are they all following it?
Well, we even have VA facilities in Puerto Rico, and I believe it's one in Hawaii.
Yes.
You know, they are all around. So the part of being discriminatory, I mean, if I went over there, I believe I would have my stuff already. But we have people that want to make the judgment like a judge. You're not a judge. Go by the record. Go by the one isolated incident. It was not multiple and willful misconduct. Okay? You got put out administrative court-martial. You didn't go to no court. You didn't go to no judicial punishment, court-martial. Okay? You had captain's mass, which the captains say, okay, well, man, I figure like we're going to try to help you, get you some treatment or something, and you'll be all right. Well, 30 years later, man, you got the most highest rate of suicide. Okay? This is all because the pen. They say they're going to make your life a living hell with this pen. Okay? Now, again, we talking about being checked into the VA. I had military orders to report to the VA back in 1990.
Okay.
You know what the lady said? You can't be seen with that other than honorable discharge. So where did that leave me? In the trenches where I'm at now, fighting for my life. Okay?
So yeah, so that's it's very disturbing how they define everything, and people make their own decisions based on what you've done or your records. But in lieu of all of this, I believe that we are all created equal. I believe that everyone should follow the rules in a realistic world. Yes, but y'all know we in the world that we live in today, people want to be more than what they are, and you are actually affecting people mentally, physically, and emotionally by straddling the fence.
Yeah.
I know cases myself, especially here in Texas and some other states, where a lot of adjudicators act like judges. And then you have adjudicators in other states that look directly for what it is. I can't, the federal law says that regulatory states that you can't say something is what it ain't. So if somebody got an other than honorable discharge, then that's what they got. They should be allowed to get their benefits. And then you go in there and stroke the pen, as Mr. Perkins says, and says, oh, no, he did that, what? No VA benefits. That's personal. Don't read into it. Just do what is right.
Right.
And that's all I'm asking, and Mr. Perkins, and I'm sure there's hundreds of thousands of people not getting their benefits because somebody is playing judge and jury. Give them their just due. And hey, I want to thank you guys for joining in. I'm going to thank Mr. Perkins for kind of sharing a little insight. We're not lawyers. We don't know everything. We just like you. We students in school. So to all you people who know the law, don't talk down on what we talked about. We trying to learn. We gonna keep digging until we learn more. We gonna come back and we gonna educate ourselves and speak on it just a little bit more. But thank you guys for joining. I do videos on how to fix things. I talk about life and things of that nature. So hey, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like the video, and hey, much love to all my vets. Hey, don't give up.
Don't give up. Keep fighting, man.
Keep fighting.
Don't throw in the towel.
Don't throw in the towel, because that's what the VA wants you to do. Appeal it 100 times. Get it in the Supreme Court.
I got one more thing I want to say, man. When you know, the only president that really made a true and fascinating statement about born those who fought, we shall born their widows, was Abraham Lincoln. You know that man, he changed the law and stopped slavery. Okay, right? We all know that in our history books. But the man also said about the veterans, don't forget those who born the duty to serve this country. We should never forget about them that fought for us. Now that was a civil war. You still got some people running around here with that mentality. You see, so they got these offices in government offices, and they want to use that Civil War mentality to judge somebody.
Correct.
You are wrong. You are totally wrong, and God is watching you.
Thank you guys for joining. Thank you, Mr. Perkins, for stopping in. And hey, y'all have a safe and blessed year. God bless you. And don't pop too many fireworks and don't get hurt. Peace.